I want to welcome you back to another video, and if it's your first time here, my name is Young Fizz. I also go by Mr. Dope Status on Instagram. I make a lot of helpful machine tutorials as well as other audio-related content like you're about to see today. We're going to be diving into a brand new plugin from iZotope's by way of Native Instruments, and this one is called FXEQ. And I want you to think of this plugin as a crayon box, right? You have different colors that you're able to do different things, but not only that, you're able to dial in the different colors to specific frequencies. And I think that is the most important part about this plugin. So let's just say, for example, we have a saturation plugin, right? Or we have a reverb plugin or a delay plugin. And typically what we have to do, we have to route these things to different buses and auxes, and it just kind of gets confusing. Well, this plugin takes the guesswork out of that, and you're able to do it all in one in this plugin here. And today I'm gonna show you exactly how to use it. So if you haven't already, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to turn on the bell notifications. So whenever I drop a new video, you will be the first person to be notified. So without further ado, let's dive into today's video, which is all about FXEQ. All right, so here we are looking at the FXEQ, and what I want to do is play some of the before and after of this vocal. The vocal comes from a song that I'm currently working on, and it's by Essence. And right now what I want to do is just play the raw vocal of before and then what it sounds like after I add the FXEQ. So let's go ahead and play the raw vocal before and then after.
Let the angels come in now, 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 all-consuming fire. We cast demons down, down, down.
So right there was the raw vocal. So let's add in the FXEQ.
Let the angels come in now, 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 all-consuming fire. We cast demons down, down, down.
So you can kind of hear exactly what it's adding to the track here. All right, so let's go ahead and dive into some of the controls so you can understand how I got here. So the first thing here is you have the bypass switch, of course, which enables you to bypass the plugin. And that's what I'm using to play the raw vocals versus the affected vocals. And right next to that, you would have your effects only. So say, for example, if you want to only hear the effects that's being played, you just click this button here, and then you can listen to exactly what the FXEQ is doing. So let's test it out.
Let the angels come in now, 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 all-consuming fire. We cast demons down, down, down.
So basically what that does, that allows us to listen to exactly what FXEQ is doing. Right next to that, we have a limiter, which is placed at the end of the plugin. And then right next to that, we have the presets. And then right here is a cool control. It's called the amount. And basically this allows us to dial in how much of the effect that we want. I want you to listen to what it sounds like when I slowly bring up the amount.
Let the angels come in now, 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 all-consuming fire. We cast demons down, down, down.
So you can control how much of the wet to dry signal that you want, or I should say wet and dry of the effect you want in your signal. And next to that, you have like your help, then you have your settings. And then down here becomes the fun part here. So we have right here in the middle of the screen, we can change the different shapes of the filters here. So we have 4 different ones we can select from. So say, for example, we have the saturate. I can click that. We have the different shapes here, different curves. Then we can also select to solo a frequency, or we can turn that specific band on and off. And then right here, we have our frequency that we're working with. So we turn that back on. And then this is only for the saturate. So we have different settings here as well. We have satin, tape, grit, fold back, snap, and more. And that goes for each and every one of these here. So for reverb, we have the different settings there. Then same thing for delay, same thing for the modulate, and then same thing for the lo-fi. And again, this is frequency specific. So let's just say, for example, I want to change the frequency for the lo-fi setting. As you can see right here, I have the frequency dialed to about 9K, and I have the Q set at 0.5 and then the gain at 2 dB. So let's say, for example, I want to listen to what this is doing. All I would have to do is hold down Option and click on this frequency band right here, and I can play it. And I'm only going to be listening to what the lo-fi cassette is doing.
Let the angels come in now, 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 all-consuming fire. We cast demons down, down, down.
Same thing for the reverb. So if I just want to listen to the reverb, I can do that as well.
Let the angels come in now, all consuming fire. We casting down.
So right around 1K, you can hear that 1.7 dB of gain, and I have the Q at 0.5. So I'm going to do the same thing for the delay.
Let the angels come in now, all consuming fire.
But let's say if I want to add another frequency, I can go ahead and add another frequency here. I can change this here, and I can really just kind of add whatever I want to the signal here.
Let the angels come in now.
A little bit too much, I can dial it back.
Let the angels come in now, all consuming fire.
Let's say if I want to take out the reverb, modulation, and then the lo-fi, and I just want to keep the delay, I can do that as well.
Let the angels come in now, all consuming fire. We cast demons down. Bless the holy. Let the angels come in now.
So I can really come in here and be very precise. So let's go ahead and experiment a little bit more with the FXEQ on a guitar part that I have laid down here. Go ahead and press play, and then we're going to adjust some of the controls here. So if I want to, I can add another band here and move that up. Maybe add a little bit more reverb, just the pre-delay, just the decay. You can also use these buttons to sync to the tempo. Maybe mess with the modulate a little bit and the lo-fi. Make this a little bit wider, add another band here somewhere. Again, if I wanted to dial in my effects, I could use that here by using the amount slider. So this is a really powerful plugin, and I can also do the same thing that I did on the guitar to the drums to make my drums a little bit thicker. So I hope you found this video to be valuable. If you did, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to turn on the bell notifications so whenever I drop a new video, you will be the first person to be notified. Also, be sure to visit the links in the description box below to download FXEQ for yourself and try it out. Again, thank you for tuning in, and we will see you on the next video. We out.